All right, so today the things that I got on my mind are, let's see, I got crypto, I got cursing, I got solitude, and I have something Nelly said on my mind as well. So let's start with the cursing. Content no matter what. CNMW. So day one of it. So I was just thinking about it because something happened. Like I couldn't find something to start this video, and I was just like, "Fuck," like a real hard, like fuck. Like fuck is already a hard word, a hard curse, but I was like, "Fuck," how you? It's pure anger, like rage, and I was just thinking about my kids weren't around, and even after I said it a couple of times, I was like, did they hear me? And I'm like, at a certain point in your life, if you have kids, I guess, or have kids around you, you have to worry about if someone heard your curse, just like when you first start cursing. But then there's that middle portion of your life where you don't really care, right? So, or at least for me, it's not midlife, it's a middle portion between when I first started cursing and now. And I assume like later in like 20 years, I'm going to not care at all again. So I was thinking about it. Like, so I have a question for you. How often are you cursing now? Like, are you at the peak of your cursing? Is this the most you've ever cursed? Like how many curses per hour do you think you say? How many swear words? Okay, if you will. I'm definitely not at my peak because I rarely curse around my kids. Some people never hear me curse. Like they think I don't curse. When they do hear me swear, they're like, oh, he cussed, like Rod cussed, and then other people know me for being super, super profane, and like cursing a lot as like a musician and as a creative in the past. And I was just thinking about it because like at work, I don't curse. Obviously I shouldn't because I work around children, but even when I'm around the adults, I don't really curse around them. But I go through these phases where like I don't feel like holding it in and I'm just feeling a type of way and I need to get it out, and only the swear words really help me get that feeling out. Yeah, I mean, when I'm just hanging, like me and my wife, we curse around each other all the time. That's probably when I curse the most, when I'm just chilling with my wife. I think I curse more in that scenario than I do even when I'm just like with my friends, just with my guys, and we're just like chilling. I don't think I even curse more in that scenario than I do when I'm just chilling with my wife. I think that's when I curse the most. But my peak cursing was probably, I mean, for a lot of us, it was probably when we first started cursing and like adopted it, like, and we were like, I'm gonna sound bad right now, but when we were like in grade school and we just started cursing and our parents couldn't hear us, or we got probably middle school, and like you're just cursing like crazy. And, it was either that or it was like, my 20s when I was rapping, when I was like rapping hardcore, when I say hardcore, I don't mean the raps were hardcore. I mean rapping all the time, performing and recording and stuff. And obviously my raps were full of curses, like I said, but I was probably cursing a lot in the environment I was in, around the people I was around. So yeah, these days, I think my curses mean more now because I'm only using them to really get that feeling across. Like I have other ways, other language, maybe other nonverbal ways, just other ways to get my feelings across. So I'm probably just not cursing as much. How about you? Are you at the peak of your cursing? When do you curse the most these days? And if you're a parent, I really want to know, what is your cursing like around your kids? I grew up with people cursing around kids. My mom didn't believe in people really like in cursing towards kids. I'd hear curses here and there. Like we'd hear adults would do it all the time. It wasn't a big deal. But she didn't like when people curse towards their kids, you little motherfucker, stuff like that. So that's something that I've taken. I've taken a lot of stuff that my mom has said to me when I was younger. And that's something I believe in now. Like you don't curse around kids. But if it's just some like chill shit, like you're not cursing them out, it's just like part of your language. Like I know people like that. That's that's no big deal. Anyway, that's why I'm at on cursing. What else I want to talk about? Crypto. I want to talk about crypto a little bit. Yeah, I'm on this wave like y'all, investing, the Bitcoin and all of that. I started some years ago, actually. I'm thinking not too many years ago. It had to be 2019, 2020. Had to be 2020, actually, 2020 or 2021. Because I remember I got this, I might have read the Bitcoin Standard. I think that's what it is. And I took a crypto course, like I was in my car driving 35 minutes back and forth to a suburb. And I was just, I just did a course where it was like 10 modules about crypto. And, I was reading everything I could. I was watching videos and stuff like that. It was mainly Bitcoin, but it was talking about some other things too. And that's where I got my little education about it. And that's where I invested for the first time as well. And since then I've dabbled, just learning things along the way. I'm not an expert. I probably know a little more than the average person who's messing with it, who's talking about it these days, but I'm nowhere near an expert. I mess with a little bit of Ethereum, Solana, Doge, whatever have you. But I'm waiting to see, just like y'all, what's going to happen with the halving. And, hodl, that's what they say, hodl, hold, I plan to hold. I've been holding. I sold a little when I took some profit, some months ago. And, but then I bought again, I bought higher, I stopped checking it obsessively, obviously. I mess with the dollar cost averaging. Shout out to my dude Anwar. He's actually the first person I heard use that term. And it's pretty crazy because I went back to some of my financial documents and saw that I had talked about it before, but DCAing and I did do some lump sum also. But yeah, I'm just like y'all, I'm interested to see what happens. And the other thing is like I'm always watching videos, I'm always reading and stuff like that. I'm in it for the investment, as far as like what Bitcoin was invented for, the decentralization of finance and everything like that. I'm not like hardcore as far as that is like, oh, we need to go away from fiat and and use crypto. I mean, I guess I'm with it, but I'll get there. Right now, I'm just using it as another investment, and I'm willing to just hold for years, for a very long time. Like a lot of you, I wish I would have invested the first time I thought about it. We're still early. I think we're still super, super early. So nobody knows. I mean, we talk about the patterns. We're like, okay, after the halving, 18 months, this is what's going to happen. People talking crazy stuff. It's going to go up to 120, 150, a million, whatever, by, 2030 and stuff like that. But I don't know, because it hasn't been that long. How many halvings have there been? 3? Something like that? I don't know. There's been a small handful, so we don't know. And there's been a lot of changes since then, right? These huge investors, these ETFs, they weren't ETFs, the last halving. And was it halving? I don't know. But we'll see, but one thing that does seem like, you can count on is it will go up at some point, but who knows, right? So we'll see. And as those go up, we're assuming the other coins will go up. So if you're diversified a little bit, I think, you got a chance to do well. I tell you, the first time I saw Doge, right, I just had a feeling. I was like, this coin gonna do something. Let me try to get in there. I couldn't get in there though. And it was at 3 cents. That's when they were trying to get it to $1, right? And I saw it was 3 cents. Next thing I know, I don't remember if it was a span of a couple weeks, days, I don't know. But I remember looking, that shit was at 70 cents, dogs. And I was like, man, I should have invested, because I'm assuming those multiples I would have benefited from, right? It went from 3 cents to 70 cents. So anyway, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. A lot of you out there, a lot of your friends and stuff think they know what they're talking about. I don't know if anyone really knows, right? Sometimes you get lucky. People know basics, as far as over time it will go up. And you hold and you buy low, you hold and you sell until you sell when it when it gets high, and or you just continue to keep it, and some people I have no intention of cashing out into fiat. So I don't know, what the hell do I know? But I'm in there, and we're gonna see what happens, man. Something else I wanted to say about the crypto, I'm trying to remember. Maybe I'll get back to that point. But anyway, let's move on to diet. A lot of people, they ask me, because I'm a little healthy or whatever, they say, show me a body part. They're like, how do I get rid of that? Or what do I need to do to have more muscle here, or to burn fat here, or whatever like that? And I'm like, it's diet. I'm sorry, you don't want to hear that. They're like, yeah, I know. I'm like, but you don't know. Like, it's diet. I always tell people, unless you're 16, try exercising and eating however you want, as badly as you want, or whatever like that, for 3-4 months, but exercising pretty hard all the time. See what your results are. You will benefit. Yes, you will. Because most likely you're not eating trash, right? So like, you'll have some benefits. You'll see some muscle and stuff. What you are eating, the calories will contribute to muscle growth, muscle gain, because you are taking in those macronutrients one way or another. It's not like you're just eating candy, but you will probably just be like a similar version of yourself. You won't change in a way that you want to. You're not really going to recomposition your body like that. You're going to grow in proportions, that you're not going to love. But if you did the opposite, if you went hard on your diet, you didn't really do exercise except what you naturally do, your body burns at rest, and you move around, right? You work, play with your kids, sometimes you play a little sport, you might go swimming, ride your bike, whatever, natural everyday activities, and you ate well, really well, you'll change. This sounds boring, but that's what it is, guys. We're in March right now, almost April. You got April, May, June, because as well as I do that you are thinking about your summer body, and that's okay. Take these 3 months and get on your diet shit. You know what I'm saying? Drink mad crazy amounts of water, wild vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Because of nutrients, because of the fiber. Fiber is so underrated. Fiber is that dude. You got to get your fiber. And I'm talking to myself also. Get your fruits. And you know how it goes, man. Everybody's talking that protein shit nowadays, Have your protein. Real light on the sugar. On the bad carbs. Try to eat whole foods. All that packaged shit. It needs to be over for all that packaged shit, but do what you can. Your finances, availability, all of that stuff, convenience affects what you eat. So eat as well as you can, but the diet is the hard part. It's hard. It's difficult. It's easy to work out. That like you see somebody all of a sudden they're going super hard because that's easy. So many more people end up going super hard working out than people who end up going super hard on a diet. So yeah, y'all got time. We're like 3 months out, fam. We got the whole April, we got the whole May, we got the whole June. Boom, coming out with the summer body like blah. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're trying to do. All right, what else? Solitude. I'm not even going to spend long on this. Shout out to the introverts. Like I say all the time, people don't get that introverts are people who charge, who get drained by the social interaction, by people needing their energy and stuff like that, and they charge in solitude. Solitude is space, time, and quiet, and sometimes that quiet, there can be noise around. It can be the person having the opportunity to be quiet in their mind. Look, every place that's noisy is not necessarily noisy for you. Like, I can be in a noisy place, but nobody's messing with me, nobody's demanding my energy and my time, and they're not in my space, and I'm completely in my thoughts where I like to be. Shout out to Tank Tone, who I was talking about that with. So then, like, I have that solitude inside, but the supercharge, it's like having one of those chargers that like can charge your phone fast, is when I get some space. The environment is quiet. I don't feel a pressing obligation, in the next hour or two. Then I could get busy. Then I can charge, and I could come back ready, and that's what I need. It's solitude. It's a solitude of the mind, and it's a solitude in the environment, if possible. So you need to provide that to those introverts in your life, not your fake introverts. You're like, oh, I don't like when people talk to me. I don't either, but that's not the part that makes me an introvert. It's about you get your energy, the majority of your energy, from that solitude, not from people, not from interacting with other people around you. Because a lot of y'all say y'all introverts, but y'all want my energy. I want the energy of other people around you to charge up. All right, and finally, Nelly. Nelly said that his era of hip hop was the toughest era. He was right. This is not an opinion. I'm going to give you your opinion right now. He was right. So a lot of older heads, and I'm an old head as well, I earned that. They're talking about, it was my era because we was killing it and stuff like that, or we all had to fight for the spots and everything. Look, it's not about just skills. Nelly's era was a sweet spot. When you talk about the 2000s, this is right after the rappers start really getting money, start really, really, really getting that money that now, these guys is planes and crazy jewelry and stuff. Now they making stupid money. That started then. And right before that, that's when you had your golden age. You had your Death Row and your Bad Boy and your Bone and your Mobb Deep and your this and that, your Ghetto Boys, all that stuff, right? Your Outkast. But by the time Nelly era came around, shit exploded, because right at the end of the 90s, DMX came on the scene. 2 #1 albums in a year. Jay-Z took over as King of New York. Hard Knock Life, his biggest album, record setting. Nelly's album dropped. Eminem dropped as a phenomenon, right? This was right around the turn of the century, turn of the millennium, right? But then after that, dude, that whole 2000s, 50 Cent came, wiped everybody out. Kanye dropped. Jay kept going. Nelly was dropping the double album. He's dropping the Nellyville, all of that. Ludacris was dropping #1 album after #1 album. Lil Wayne came up. Cash Money, T.I. This is the era of the million selling album as well. In this era, most of the, when I'm talking about selling 1 million copies in your first week, this was a big deal, your first week sales. M did it, 50 did it, Ye did it. Talking from hip hop, Wayne did it, and then we had some other really big, 500,000, 600,000, 700,000 in the first week. I'm probably missing some other artists who were super big. Ja Rule was in this era. And and then you had guys who were like Fat Joe, who were not selling stupid albums, but even those guys were going double platinum, #1 hits, Lean Back, the joints with the Shanti and Kells and all that. This was the toughest era. This was like wrestling, the WWE, when you had all these guys at the top, like when it was like Edge and Angle and Benoit and Batista and, you know, and Taker and all of these people, all in Jericho and stuff like that, Triple H and stuff, all at the top, right? Just monsters. Now that doesn't mean that was better than the Attitude Era, but it was a tougher era because you had all of these monsters at the top. This is what hip hop was then. So he was right. I'm gonna let you know that he was right, because before that, we knew who was king, and it wasn't a lot of people with those big album sales, those big hits. These are recording artists, guys. Yeah, you may say, oh, these people aren't as good as MF Doom and Hieroglyphics and stuff like that. No, these are recording artists. These guys were good. They had skills, and they were really good songwriters, song makers at this time. You know, this is just how it went. So after that, you know, things started getting a little mumbly and stuff. That's okay. I mess with that stuff. But you know, the next decade is when things got a little out of control. Also in that decade, you had really big one-hit wonders. Now that I think about it, you know, you had your Soulja Boys and your Snap music and all that stuff. You know, that era was tough. Anyway, some of my thoughts. Ride, doing ride. I need to go down, get my hair done. Y'all be easy. Peace.